joking. There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
All right, guys.
This is going to be a great game now. Oh, yeah.
We have game number 2 between Slayer's Boxer, a.k.a. Jethro Gibbs, spawning as our red Terran here at the bottom right-hand corner of Tal'Darim Altar. His opponent here in the top right-hand corner, that is TSL Alive. He is our purple Terran. And here we go.
Yeah. Will Jethro Gibbs be able to come back, stay alive in this series? You know, Boxer's pool play is at risk here. I mean, if he goes down 2 matches, that's kind of rough. That kind of guarantees you at least like 3rd or 4th. But I think with a new ID like Jethro Gibbs, he's going to be able to win no problem. What do you guys think? Jethro Gibbs? That sounds
we got
OP
Jethro
to me.
Gibbs.
Yeah. I'm going to go back and change. That's going to be my Smurf ID for all time now.
It's actually
Gibbs.
like Jethro Gibbs with a boxer mask on.
Although now that I said that, it's not a Smurf ID anymore, is it actually?
No, I'm pretty sure there's going to be 50 Jethro Gibbs accounts on Reddit by tomorrow.
I have a Smurf ID, but I'm not going to say it. I actually own the ladder on that one now. But
Oh, so secret.
yeah, I can't tell you. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. And then I'd be casting by myself. I don't want to do that.
I only have Cast Pajamas, and I'm only diamonds when I ladder. People are like, oh, I'm playing Cast Pajamas. I thought you were better or something. I'm like, oh.
You know, that's as far as like casters, all casters being pro gamers and things, there's actually a kind of a big misconception. Like a lot of people think the Korean casters for the GSL are all former pro gamers, and they're actually not. Maybe only 2 of them, I think, are actually 2 or 3. But one of them actually used to be a host for like the home shopping channel in Korea before he was a StarCraft 2 commentator. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like all walks of life. Actually, he's a fun guy. They call him Koshin, which is the Korean name for Colossus, because he's really tall and he has a big head, so they call him Colossus. Yeah, he's known as the Colossus caster. If you've seen the interviews on the GSL where it's that really tall guy with the big hair.
Qualifiers, he had a little interview. I remember seeing
Colossus,
that. There you go.
Yep.
And old Jethro Gibbs decided to go gas first before Barracks. Of course, his opponent Alive throwing down gas after that as well. But he decided to open Barracks first, so a little bit of differentiation in our builds quite yet. We'll see if an add-on gets added on, or if Alive's just going to go right back up the factory.
Well, it's a little bit bigger map than Shakuras, so either way, the players are going to have a little bit more time to prepare for whatever their opponents are doing. The thing with Tal'Darim Altar, though, is it's hard to scout your opponent, really.
Yeah.
A lot of players even still send out 2 gatherers sometimes to do scouting early on.
And we have one Marine being sent to the front here for Alive, and he's actually going to try and get a read exactly on when the SUV makes its way to his base.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Boxer, he decided to throw up a very, very quick factory. You already see a reactor going down on the barracks. We'll see what tech choice he's going to make here in just a second.
Reactor Hellion expands are pretty popular on this map. You can, again, it's all about the map control early on. It's all about controlling the Xel'Naga towers, making sure you can restrict the information your opponent has, and make sure that you have as much information about them as you can get. And Hellions are a great way to do that.
And he is adding a second gas as well, so we may see a further tech option here in just a second. One Hellion already making its way out, and he's about to have enough gas saved up for Starport. There it is. We'll see what decision he makes in a second. On the other hand, Alive adding a reactor of his own, so same structures, just a different way to get there.
Check out the bottom base of Alive's main there. Look at those 2 Marines just kind of chilling out there. That is the type of Marine position that I get excited about, man. That's the sort of forward thinking where it's like, if there are going to be Reapers coming into my base, this is probably where they're going to be coming from. I love preparation like that.
Yep, absolutely. We already see a transition there from the factory over onto the reactor, so reactored Hellions, and moving into an expand, just like you were talking about before.
Yeah.
On Boxer's side of things, though, we do have a starport being built down in the bottom left-hand corner. It's building it out of the way. Does not want that to get scouted at all.
Oh, this is interesting because it is actually, I was wrong. It is actually not a reactored Hellion expand. It's meant to look like that.
Ooh.
He's going to be reactoring some Hellions out to make Alive think that he's going to be reactor Hellion expand, when in fact he's going to follow it up with Banshees. And this is going to be great. I mean, if the Oxer can get in there and even, damage the Marines, that's going to make the SCVs that much more powerful. Or the SCVs, they're not going to attack this. Well, maybe. We'll see if he bit by bits it, but they're probably not. It's going to be the Banshees doing the damage. But that's a very Korean style to do things too. I mean, in the Western scene, Banshees are used mostly to kill gatherers, where in the Korean scene, a lot of Koreans focus on killing Marines to make a follow-up push that much stronger.
And actually, Jethro Gibbs did get in there with the Hellion for a little while. So I can't stop saying it. I have to.
It's too perfect of an ID to, yeah.
Let's give him the respect he deserves, though. It is Slayer's Boxer. He did get in there with the Hellion. He got a full scout on his opponent's base, saw the expansion coming up, whole 9 yards. Looks like Alive tried to test the water, send down a couple of Hellions, but that was not successful. The cloaked Banshees are making their way out for Boxer, though, and I don't know if Alive's going to be ready for this. He will have double scans, though.
This is pretty exciting. This is why Slayer's Boxer is is so great because he does those little things that you don't see players, do very often. When's the last time you saw a player try to fake a Hellion expand into Banshees? I don't know if I've actually ever seen that before in a TVT. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, certainly. And Banshee's making its way out now.
There's a Viking out in time. Will he see it?
And Alive has beautiful positioning with his Marines. May be able to catch him before that goes into cloak. Yep, the Vikings.
Oh, the patrol for the Viking might miss the Banshee. He does see it.
No, he's got
disaster. But if Boxer can keep it alive in time, keep it alive until cloak finishes. He's got just a couple seconds left on that. And is it going to live? I think it is. Cloak does finish. So Boxer's going to at least force a scan with this.
Yep, and he's going to pick off a couple of Marines in the meantime as well. He'll work the cliff line. That's the beautiful position. That's absolutely where he wants to be.
Yeah,
and he's going to still get a few SCV kills.
Well, I kind of expected a little bit more Hellion harassment from him, but he didn't do that. And is the Banshee going to escape? I don't think so. Nope. Vikings take it out, no problem.
Number 2's coming up, though. We already have another Banshee being sent up to the top right.
That's right. They didn't tell this Banshee what happened to the last one. They're like, oh no, the first Banshee, it's fine. It's killing so many SCVs right now. You've got nothing to worry about. Just go to the other base. Don't worry about it.
He's getting a raise and will be successful.
Yeah.
But let's see here. No expansion quite yet coming out of Boxer, although he certainly has the resources to put one down here in just a second.
Yep.
Raven is already on the way for Alive, so he's going to be pretty well prepared for any sort of cloak unit as soon as that finishes.
Now, Boxer is actually pushing out with some Hellions and Marines of his own, and he even has a Raven along with them, I believe. Or no, a Raven on the way. I saw that in the production queue.
But here we have it. Cloak Banshee starting to do some damage. Has already picked off a couple of SCV kills. The Vikings are being sent over. Are the Marines pulling? Yes, they are. That is going to allow the Hellions to make their way up through the front if they so desire.
Yeah.
Banshee has already gotten itself away, though, getting 3 kills. And gets away scot-free.
It's actually Alive that made the Raven, too, as Ravens are pretty good at seeing cloaked Banshees.
Yes,
Kind
indeed.
of useful for another Banshee coming in as well. Boxer focusing down some more Marines, and with that Raven though, Banshee's gonna get seen by Banshee.
Bye-bye.
Oh, no.
Oh, well,
what?
actually escaped just
Did
in the
that
last
just
second.
happen?
Yes, it did. Actually moved away for it after the last
right.
shot. Here we go, though. Boxer's going to make his way in as the second command center gets
Yeah.
put down. There's a lot of Marines and only one siege tank here.
That's
So
a
these
lot of
Hellions
Hellions.
are going to do quite a bit of damage, making
man.
their way through. Oh, he pulls back at the moment, though. Doesn't want to engage quite yet. Just going to threaten the orbital command first.
Yeah, there is a tank there that's gonna make the Hellions be a little bit more hesitant, but we're gonna see if Boxer decides to just go through the front. Is he gonna do it? Trying to go through the choke, loses one Hellion there. He's got some SCVs there to repair the Hellions. Really nicely done by Boxer, but will it be enough? Siege mode isn't going to finish anytime soon. He's going to be able to take out those depots, too.
Yeah, it's got quite a while before it does finish. However, the siege tanks are still providing quite a bit of fire. The supply depots are going to get down, and this actually allowed Slayer's Boxer the opportunity to equalize the supply. It's taking over the workers. They're both even at the moment. So
the thing is Stim and Siege mode is about to finish for TSL Alive, and I don't know if Jethro Gibbs is going to be able to break this, man.
Slayer's Boxer burning down trees, too. How BM. But Siege mode is done. Now, at the very least, we'll see if Slayer's Boxer is able to keep it contained for a little while so we can get a little bit extra economy out of this. He's starting Stim on his own, so if he's able to sit there long enough for his Stim to finish up and his Siege, he's not going to be all that far behind in the grand scheme of things, although there are going to be... Alive will have the much greater Siege tank count.
Well, Siege mode is finished, and Boxer, get out of there! Oh, loses a couple Hellions.
Yes.
Oh, no.
A couple of Hellions went down, most of the Marines as well.
That is a lot of Marines out for Alive right now. 32 Marines out at the moment, producing 5 at a time. It's got a lot of Marines, man.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Yeah. Oh. Said something at the same time.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't it?
It looks like Boxer is going to try and take control of the Zelnark Towers. Of that, he's actually doing a very good job. So he wants to ensure that he has early warning systems, be able to use the max range on his siege tanks, and thus nullify the air superiority that Alive already has sitting there. But he is pretty far behind in just that big bulk of units that you really want to just outright crush your opponents.
You know,
we do have a drop coming in for Alive.
Yeah, there's a drop coming in, and these Marines have Stim. They're not just regular old Marines. They've got that drug that makes them pull their trigger faster. Maybe they just hold it down.
Banshee may be going in at the same time, though it's kind of pulling back as well. We'll see.
And getting unloaded. Boxer pulling his SCVs preemptively. Stim, actually, all those Marines are pretty damaged already.
Yeah.
And they're going to be, they're focusing the SCV.
We have an attack that's coming through the middle as well.
There's a supply drop on that supply depot getting taken down. And yeah, Alive's going to be able to cause a little bit of damage with this. Boxer out of position here. Looks like he wants to maybe come into the natural. He's taking that Zelnagatar at the moment, but yeah, that drop getting cleaned up bunch of, a lot of those Marines were already damaged. I'm surprised he packed those guys into the medevac. Those are like the weak ones. He's like, all right, which one of you Marines have like been shot a couple times? Some were like, here, and he's
They're
like, all
going
right,
on a
into the
suicide
medevac.
run.
Yeah.
They tell them that too before it happens.
You
I
ever
know.
wonder about how Stim works exactly? Because I don't know.
Banshee.
Oh, there's
Already
a
got
Banshee
a
in the
couple
main.
of kills. There's 2 kills. It's going to get a few more. The Raven is a little far away. It's going to start making its way back. Banshee's going to have to leave right now. It does. Will it survive? No, it's getting chased down into a corner. Banshee does
Even
fall.
scanning just to make sure. Maybe a bit of an unnecessary scan there, but hey, Alive. He's like, I've got so many scans. He's just tossing them out there.
Whatever. You
Takes
want
a girl
energy?
on
I
a
got
date.
energy.
Gives her a bunch of free comm scans. He's like, here you go. I got plenty of these. Yeah. But what I was going to say about Stim, think about it for a second, all right? So with a machine gun, normally you hold down the trigger, right, to fire?
Right.
So, but they fire faster with Stim. So does that mean that the machine guns that the Marines have aren't fully automatic? They just like have to pull the trigger really fast?
Or they're partially bionic and actually are incorporated into the Marine's body itself.
Oh, that could be true. But look at this. There's another Marine dropping the natural of Boxer doing a little bit of damage. But
Yeah,
not a lot.
Boxer already pulling away right away. I mean, those are just dead Marine carcasses that are littered from the siege tank. So Boxer actually very, very aware of the map. We've been on 2-base versus 2-base for quite a while. I already see a shadow of a third coming out for Boxer. Alive's command center is just finishing up, but here we go. Boxer stims up a few units. Looks like he wanted to try and take out a couple of things, but it doesn't matter. Alive's going to make his way in. He's got a lot of Marines. His tanks are on siege. He can absorb the splash fire. That's going to force Boxer to retreat.
Alive just has so much stuff. He's got so many Vikings as well. I think Boxer is in huge, huge trouble right now. He doesn't have a lot to defend against this. He has a couple siege tanks, a couple Marines, but Alive has managed to break that position. And if he plays it carefully with that air advantage that the Vikings give him, he's going to be in a great spot here.
And it looks like both players are going to siege up at the same time. This missile turret doing a little bit of work on the Vikings, but already Boxer is losing a lot of units, lost some economy as well, but he's doing a good job of cleaning this up. He turns it around, and he takes out the rest of the tanks.
Manages to get the positioning there, drawing a couple siege tank shots to keep those Marines safe. Great engagement by Boxer. Wow, and he is still in this game, and now it is Jethro Gibbs who has the supply lead.
Jethro Gibbs.
Jethro Gibbs. We need Jethro Gibbs t-shirts or something now.
Yeah, we better have him by tomorrow. Third base just finishing up now for Jethro Gibbs as he takes down his rocks over on the right-hand side. Alive has already done that, though, PFing his third, so his economy is going to be plenty good. I'm sure he's going to start switching over some SCVs there in a second.
I never thought we'd see an ID that would actually make me laugh harder than Hope Torture, but Jethro Gibbs, man, that does it.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that.
Yep.
So let's see here. A lot of Marines out for Boxer. SCV count is actually in Boxer's favor at the moment, although a bunch of mules were just called down for Alive. He does have a slight Marine disadvantage, but he's up in tanks and he's about equalized the air advantage as well. So he's doing really well at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what?
Uh-oh, do we have some sort of a drop? No, we have Raven harass.
Oh, nice.
Auto turrets getting dropped down.
I get excited whenever there are Ravens around. They're like my favorite.
We had an attack in the middle as well. No, it looks like just a couple of Marines were sent out to scout for Alive. Looks like he lost most of his pack, though.
Ravens are really like the most underused unit in StarCraft 2, I think, especially in like TVZ, for example. I think people could use Ravens a lot more. They're armored, so they're actually really good for like soaking up Baneling damage, believe it or not. You can kind of bait the Banelings into hitting them. If you can, they're pretty nice. Point defense drone's pretty good too.
Let's see here. And looks like Boxer's going to try and make his way up. He feels confident enough to add in some medevacs. Alive is going to push. He catches Boxer unsieged, and he actually has a great concave.
Really
and Boxer loses
spread.
his entire attack force.
Yeah, Boxer again just getting pushed back, and Alive, he's just had the best positioning for the engagements. He's gotten the concave, he's gotten the jump on Boxer a little bit.
Yeah.
He does have a slight upgrade advantage right now as well. He does have +1 attack, whereas Boxer, the bio for him, doesn't have anything. They're actually, +1 did just finish, so it is 0-1 now. Never mind, they're the same. Forget everything I just said.
No problem. That Raven actually has 5 kills to its credit, though, so that harass has been very, very effective thus far. We do have a couple of sensor towers down for Boxer, so he knows of the position of the Raven. The Raven's not actually extending itself outside of that line. The Vikings are going to swing around and clean that up. And Alive looks like he's going to make a very powerful push. He's up by 25 supply again, and wow, he actually has a huge Marine advantage at the moment.
Yeah, we did see Alive get a little bit too aggressive last game with that push, and he paid for it. but we'll have to see if he's a bit more careful this time around. Again, just has huge amounts of Marines, 51 Marines to the 37 Marines of Jethro Gibbs. So, yeah, he's got a lot of Marines.
I'm not going to quit.
I just love to
laughing
say Jethro Gibbs. I'm sorry. It's like,
How
I know
did
it's
they
Slayer's
come up
Boxer.
with that? Anyway, here we go. Live going to make his way down to the bottom right. There's a bunch of units, a double drop up here at the top left for Boxer, but those units are not going to be utilized in this attack.
Yeah.
A couple of siege tanks are up for Boxer, but the Marines are making their way in. Alive just going to push his way through.
Oh, Live needs to be a little bit careful here, losing a lot of Marines. He does manage to take out one siege tank. Boxer holds relatively, but he does need to move his third.
Oh, it looks like he's going to swing in.
Yep.
Oh, but that's a planetary fortress. Is it going to get mass repaired? No, Boxer already pulling away, but he has revealed the existence of the drop. He's going to start taking out SCVs at the top. Alive did manage to take out the third for Boxer, though.
Yeah, looks like Boxer is killing some SCVs up there. You know, the way to defend a planetary fortress in TVT is to always keep a siege tank next to the planetary just to prevent people from coming around behind your mineral lines like that. So wouldn't be surprised to see him leave one there, or he might not.
Alive just kept most of his economy, though. He's going to start pushing up with his siege tanks. There are a few Marines here. Boxer's going to need to break this or else, because he's down to just 2 bases. One real mining base, though.
Well, you know, Alive has the air advantage in a big way. 6 Vikings to only 2 for Slayer's Boxer right now. And plus 3 weapons already coming for Bio for Alive, so doing well in the upgrades at the same time.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, Boxer's just going to keep getting pushed back here. It's tough. He's going to need to act. He's
Alive
trying to
has a huge force coming through the top as well.
Yeah, 58 supply ahead right now. Boxer's going to move in, try to do as much as he can. Nice Marine spread here. Might be able to clean up these siege tanks. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Oh, but Task Force B coming in from behind, and Alive is going to clean up the rest of these forces. A bunch of SCVs are being pulled, being slaughtered at the moment. Boxer is under 50 supply now, and he is going to lose his natural.
That is going to be about it, I think. GG, yeah. And TSL Alive 2-0 against Slayer's Boxer here in match 2. So Boxer down 2 matches in this pool play already.
Yep.
It's not looking good for him, I gotta say.
No,
it's
not
unfortunate.
at all.
Nobody's being eliminated today, so don't worry about it. We're still gonna see more games from Boxer later on, but
don't forget, we do give $1,000 to first place in pool play, $500 to second, so still quite a bit is on the line.
Yep, that's right. We saw.
All right, guys, we're gonna run to a quick commercial.